Everybody, a warm welcome to the first in a series of webinars on serverless integration. I would like to start by introducing our panelists. We have James, the CEO of Nanopotian. We have Alex, who's the COO of Nanopotian, and Harthik, who's my colleague and Vice President Technology at Apna Infotech. I'll just go through the agenda real quick. We'll start the day by introducing Apna Infotech and myself, Abhijit. I'll then hand over to James to give a quick introduction on Nanopotian. This will be followed by Alex giving initial talk about serverless technology per se. And that will be followed by Harthik talking about cloud, scalability, and performance. He'll bring Alex back to talk about Nano Connect, the flagship product of Nanopotian, and we'll wrap up the presentation with Harthik presenting an actual case study. We have webinars later in the year where we will actually give you demonstrations, etc. Like I said, this is a series of webinars. And finally, I will give a quick few minutes of wrap-up thoughts, and we will save 10 minutes of today's presentation for Q&A. So, serverless integration offers a scalable, cost-effective way to integrate applications without infrastructure worries, and that is the core theme of today and this series of webinar. I am Abhijit Roy, founder and CEO of Apna Infotech. I'm an entrepreneur who believes in building an organization which is known for its great culture. I have more than 30 years of experience in delivering exceptional software solutions across various geographies like USA, Australia, Middle East, and of course, India. My vision is to create an inclusive workplace where team members thrive personally and professionally, as well as an ecosystem of our partners where each and every one benefits and grows. Everyone must win. Apna Infotech is an elite team of software professionals who delivers customer service excellence through extreme passion, optimizing technology costs, using zero wastage methodologies, and our awesome organization culture. At Apna, we have been building lasting relationships since 2007 with the power of technology and with our passion for extreme quality. We are known for our great culture and an inclusive workplace, our commando approach, which is focused, goal-oriented, adept, and honorable, being extremely passionate about service, delivery quality, and technology, and our partnership model where we believe in strong, lasting, mutually beneficial business partnerships. Apna Infotech is constantly investing in its future. Our current journeys are a set of products targeted towards enabling virtual organizations to be successful. These are Mera Monitor and Fundu Friday. And hyper automation, where we have built competency in a set of low-code platforms, RPA tools, as well as making a lot of headway in QA automation. And finally, the reason why we are all here today, our foray into integrations. Today, we will be talking about our new partnership with Nanopotian and their two flagship products, Nano Connect and Pay Connect. As part of our development projects, we have been doing lots and lots of integrations. Whether it is a mortgage bank or a golf aggregator, today is the era of integrations, and the world of IT is based on systems talking to each other. Over the last several years, we have been realizing the need for an integration platform and had started exploring and experimenting with a few over the last couple of years. Earlier this year, I visited Australia for business development and met with Alex to explore business opportunities. Alex told me about Nano Connect and how they have seen significant success in the Australian market, even competing with the likes of Boomi and MuleSoft. And he expressed interest in bringing this solution to India. I thought this was an excellent opportunity for the two organizations to collaborate. Hearing about Pay Connect got me even more excited, as working on HR-related solutions is a core competence at Apna. As we explored the partnership and started deep diving, we found lots of synergy, common focus, philosophies, and customer-centric approach. A quick introduction to the two platforms, and we'll of course hear much more details later today and in the series. Nano Connect is the flagship product, and it simplifies the process of data integration. With the ability to get data in and out of any platform with a single line of code, developers have freedom to build solutions of unconstrained simplicity that run on demand and execute reliably every time. Pay Connect is the customized version of Nano Connect, dedicated to integrating HR softwares with payroll softwares. When it comes to payroll integration, you need more than just middleware. With more than 30 years of experience in implementing payroll solutions, we know how to help you structure data and processes to ensure a successful integration. Pay Connect comes with loads of built-in features to enable easy integration in the HR world. And the best part of it is that the wealth of features is growing every day. We will, of course, learn more about both of these softwares as we move forward. So we plan to partner with software development companies and HR product companies, apart from providing integration solutions directly to end customers. For software development companies, we will provide expertise in platform integration. Apart from the platform itself, we will provide expertise in platform integration and also provide additional support in custom integration. For HR software companies, we will provide integration services to their clients, as we have seen this to be a typical challenge in software adoption. We consider this to be a huge value add to these HR software companies, and we hope to help them increase sales through this support. We will obviously be finding and servicing customers needing integration services directly, and we hope through our sales effort to find enough customers to also provide customer references to our technology partners. In essence, we are out to build a powerful ecosystem. We'll be conducting regular webinars, networking opportunities, enable collaborations, and co-marketing opportunities. We will soon be inviting our partners to work with us on some of these initiatives as well. Pay Connect has a special place at Apna as we understand HR very well and consider it to be our strong suit. So we are very excited about this opportunity. Thank you once again, everybody, for being here. I would now like to invite James, the CEO of Nanopodion and a very dynamic entrepreneur, to take the presentation forward.
Thanks, Abhijit. That was a fantastic introduction, and it certainly is for us also a milestone moment, this partnership for our organisation, and I think together there's some really exciting potential. So we're really excited about this webinar today, and this being the start of a series of introductions to the market and the opportunities that exist there. So Nanopodion, founded 7 years ago, founded on an ethos of building simple solutions that just work. At the core of that, our focus is around enterprise integrations and application modernisation, which are scalable, sustainable, and powered by that serverless technology and architecture. Abhijit's already mentioned our two flagship solutions, Pay Connect, which brings the power of the Nano Connect integration platform together with the deep domain knowledge of payroll, the payroll practice, and Nano Connect itself, which brings the power of leading integration platforms and the unconstrained ability to solve problems at a very compelling cost point. We also provide custom services, so cloud-native application modernisation, building serverless cloud applications, and help customers migrate workloads to event-driven microservices and architecture. So introducing our team, myself, James Wright, I'm the chair and CEO, a co-founder of the business going back 7 years. I'm an engineer by training, but been in professional services and engineering for a few decades now. I hold a master's in business, but I'm a very keen entrepreneur and keen to both build business, but also see where we can support business and strategy and solutions generally. Alex, who's on the call here today, our Chief Operating Officer, has been with the business for a few years. He's an AWS solution architect, has been a consultant and digital transformation advisor for many years, worked on large engineering projects as well as in project management and advisory services across a range of market verticals. Jason Green, our Chief Technology Officer, who isn't with us today, also a solution architect, and has very deep domain knowledge around that payroll space, as well as software and integration solutions more generally. He's an expert in serverless technologies and enterprise scale APIs and event-driven microarchitectures and web services. So the opportunity here, the partnership is, as I said earlier, it's very exciting for us. It is a milestone moment as we take these solutions deeper into the global marketplace, and particularly here the opportunity into India, but also into the Middle East and North America as well. The combination of the two organisations, I think, is very compelling in terms of the ability to bring solutions into those geographies. APNA bring the development capability as well as now this market-facing ability to help bring these solutions to life. So, as I said earlier, it's very exciting for us. We're very grateful to be given this opportunity to be working with some great folk at APNA, and we're really looking forward to how this develops. So with that, I'll hand over to Alex to take us through some more detail of the products.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I think as you would have heard a little bit about the platform, today I just want to go into a little bit of a dive with regards to serverless and serverless integrations, to provide you a bit more context around, I guess, the proof against the claim for and the benefits of the serverless approach to building both software and applications, and in particular as it relates to integrations. If we were to look at perhaps 10 years ago what a traditional legacy platform would look like, you would see a lot of infrastructure that had been designed very similar to what you see on the left side of the screen here today. So before serverless, you would typically have been building applications. If they were in the cloud, they would be built with a web development server. You have a web server, a database server, and all these things that would need to be networked together. And as your application has grown over time, and hopefully through demand of your services, you will encounter inevitably issues surrounding the vertical and horizontal scaling of that infrastructure. And in response to that, what the ordinary business will have done and still do today is they add more infrastructure. So let's add more compute power. We add more database to scale our database. We add more web servers. We connect them through auto scaling groups, and we then now create for ourselves a significant amount of complexity around how this solution that is serving hopefully now a large number of customers is providing those services. And so you're investing significantly in your DevOps and your IT team, and you're facing a large number of challenges. With serverless, a technology that perhaps has really matured more rapidly over the last 6 to 12 months and maybe even 2 years than say the last 10, we are at the forefront of what is truly cloud-native computing capability. And in that space, we architect solutions that are very different to the traditional approach. We move away from deploying physical infrastructure in the cloud. We move away from provisioning compute and database resources to having a completely scalable compute landscape like Lambda, which can scale out horizontally and vertically as you need. With a fully scalable SQL database, with a, again, fully scalable NoSQL database and storage and other services, all of which fall under the umbrella of managed services by the cloud service provider. And today we're talking about AWS, but it's also important to note at this point that these services, these capabilities are also supported by most mainstream cloud service providers today, whether it be Azure or Google Cloud. As for Nano, we are a business organization that is predominantly focused around delivering AWS solutions. And as you'll see through our presentation, a lot of what is on the page today will be, is really backed by AWS. One of the key benefits of that is this significant scale that we have in terms of the infrastructure brought to bear on every single integration, scale which is for the developer completely free. Now, don't take my word for it. In fact, you can go online and search for the benefits of serverless through Google, and you'll find a whole raft of documentation around this. Most significantly and meaningful to business is a study done by Deloitte not only 1 or 2 years ago. And in fact, Deloitte found that the development cost of serverless technology is far superior to traditional development approach. The time for development can be significantly reduced. The time to build solutions is reduced. Infrastructure as code means that your ability to directly influence not only the code running on your compute instances, but also the actual landscape that in infrastructure can be modified through just modifying code. And so with 50 to 70% savings in development costs, that presents a significant interest to businesses who are looking to build applications. And moreover, if we move to the next slide, we'll see that it also results in potentially significant savings in terms of infrastructure cost. Now, Deloitte did a broad study in their approach, and they found that savings actually vary in terms of infrastructure, and they looked at high frequency transaction-based data and all the way back to bulk data processing. What we found through the last few years of having integrations running on our platform is that the average business does not need 24/7, 100% utilized servers in order to support their middleware. In fact, quite the opposite. The actual demand for most integrations is significantly lower, and that also includes high frequency transactions for financial systems and so forth. What we found still today is that with serverless, there is significant savings in terms of the infrastructure cost, and the fact that the infrastructure scales automatically with demand with no human intervention required. Which then leads us on to the third part of the total cost of ownership formula, which is the maintenance cost. And in the maintenance space, we find that with serverless, because you have instead of managing different provision versions of your application in terms of patching and OS updates, in terms of hardening your network environment to deal with security issues, in terms of rebooting servers that are down and the like, that IT overhead actually is significantly reduced, up to 45 to 85% savings in terms of managing the solution once deployed, through auto scaling, automatic patching, and a shared responsibility model with the cloud service provider around security. The fact that we have the ability to scale up to 40 billion transactions a day without touching our platform just gives you an idea of the immense scale, not of our platform, but actually of the cloud, because we're utilizing cloud native compute capabilities in terms of how our solutions are built. And if you can take one thing away from today, it should be that if you're not looking at serverless, you really should be, because serverless applications are highly scalable, reliable, and secure, and extremely fault tolerant. And they lead to overall significant total cost of ownership reduction for a business and for your customers. And so given what we know about all of this, if we could just go to the next slide, I think we're going to, next slide, please. I'll hand over to Hardik, who's actually going to provide a little bit more insight, and then I'll come back a little bit later and we can talk about NanoConnect.
Thank you, Alex, for your excellent deep dive in the serverless technology, and a very warm welcome to everybody. I'm Hardik, and I'm quite excited to stand before you here. I am VP Technology and a Solution Architect at Apna. And over the course of time, I have had privilege of designing products as well as comprehensive and enterprise solutions. Let us take a step back from what Alex has covered about serverless technology. I'm sure all of you are either using cloud or developing on the cloud. And let me share a few reasons for the growth of cloud development. Number one is infrastructure cost optimization, where you only pay for what you use and what you need. Number two is ease of setting up the backup and recovery at an optimal cost. Again, you only pay when you need to use it. Number three is high security compliances. As a service providers, such as AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle Cloud are already security compliant. And number four is high availability, stability, and scalability. And because of these benefits, more and more businesses have started to utilize the potential of cloud by building the cloud native applications. And Alex talked about the cloud native. And what is cloud native application? Let me give a little bit more. A cloud native application is designed to utilize cloud services such as RDS, S3, AWS Lambda, Azure Web Jobs, etc., enabling dynamic and agile application development techniques. That embraces a modular approach for building, running, and updating the software via a suite of cloud-based microservices. Let's understand the cloud native growth trajectory. The cloud native application market in 2023 is expected to be $5.9 billion. And this is only for cloud native. And that is expected to grow at $17 billion by 2028. So this is a phenomenal growth at the rate of 23.7% per year for the next 5 years. This research was done by Market and Market Research in association with Forbes, and I can provide the link for that as well. And this study was conducted at Amazon, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google, and IBM. Who will benefit out of this? The startups, savvy, edge computing companies, they will get the maximum benefit out of growth of cloud native applications. Why the cloud native is preferred choice for the tech startups? There are main two reasons: the stability and the scalability. Stability by always available applications. They provide stability, which brings in the enhanced user experience. They increase the business reputation and generates more revenue and reduce the operational cost. And as a cloud native is agile and scalable by nature, fluctuating demand can be catered with better cost efficiency. So disaster recovery and global reach can also be managed very easily. How to build a cloud native solution? There are 4 key principles of cloud native applications. Number 1 is microservices based application. Number 2, container based. Number 3, continuous delivery. And number 4 is DevOps. Microservices breaks down an application into series of independent services or modules, and each service references its own data and supports a specific business goal. And these modules communicate via APIs with one another. Containers like Dockers are a type of software that logically isolate the applications. Continuous delivery and DevOps, they promote a close collaboration between development and operations and other relevant teams. And by using continuous delivery and DevOps, we can achieve faster time to market, better collaboration between the teams, enhance quality, and reduce the risk and higher scalability. Microservices architecture are particularly well suited for integrating with third-party services, APIs, and external tools. However, it's essential to design these integration points very carefully, document them thoroughly, and consider the potential issues such as rate limiting or throttling, data consistency, and error handling when dealing with external and third-party APIs. So let me invite Alex once again, who will provide insights on how to navigate through these integration challenges.
So as Hardik has kind of expanded upon that original idea around serverless and some of the, I guess, key technical foundation points, and noting that we will be diving in even further in our next webinar on the technical aspects of serverless. just reflecting on the benefits of the serverless platform that we have built, NanoConnect is really that next generation integration platform built entirely out of cloud native serverless technology. And therefore, because of that, that architecture, what that does is it provides to every single integration running on the platform the complete power of the cloud, without the need for you to dive in under the hood and figure out how to deploy infrastructure on AWS. Everything you need as a developer is already there. And in doing so, what it does is actually supports the development of completely unconstrained integration solutions and delivering, as you will have seen, that enterprise-grade performance that you were expecting, alongside a extremely low total cost of ownership for the business. And so you're getting an integration platform that performs better than many of the iPaaSes on the market today, and at a fraction of the cost. Inside the box is probably the really important part, and one of the reasons I think that the Appner team have been so welcoming of our platform. It handles all of the application and integration orchestration. It handles the complete credential management. It provides to developers connectivity to more than 1,400 platforms through both custom connectors and universal connectors. And that list of connected platforms is growing by the day. It provides you the ability to develop apps that are triggered through both synchronous and asynchronous APIs. And for people who don't understand that, maybe either an API or a webhook as a translation of that. And importantly, as a platform, we understood that businesses quite often need to be able to protect their data by having that hosted in their own environment. And so our platform has been designed to be deployed in a customer environment, alongside having our own hosted solution in the region in which it operates, allowing us to support the data sovereignty requirements of any customers in country. We can also pick up this platform and deploy it into a customer's environment to give them an additional level of security and support, having that data only operating within their existing cloud accounts. And in doing so, we provide a multi-tier deployment, a full CI/CD pipeline, allowing the customer to pull production changes from our platform and releases of our platform into their own development environment for their own development and testing. Some of the key benefits that we were seeking to provide to businesses through the development of NanoConnect really was around simplifying access to data as a starting point. But more so in recognizing that a lot of integrations that you build are rinse and repeat. You can reuse this code, you can reuse this integration multiple times over, and you may wish to be using some data that you might collect over and over again. So the need to be able to template a solution and provide that solution at scale to multiple customers was also a key benefit. Naturally, with any integration platform, you're looking to support automation, but you don't want to be constrained by how that user interface lets you do this thing. And we found that a lot of the low-code, no-code solutions actually were very opinionated in how they might connect data. And in fact, because of that opinionated, those opinionated ways of doing things, sometimes it meant that you're unable to achieve the integration that you're looking for. We designed our platform for developers, allowing them to warehouse their data, share their data, maintain security around that data, and importantly, without lifting a finger, get the infinite scale that you would expect from the cloud. But more importantly for the developer, we said, what would it look like if we just got out of the way and we let you use the tools that you use every single day, like VS Code, for example. And so the developer is being able to bring their own tools to that environment, but being supported through event-driven real-time processing. And importantly, being able to connect to legacy systems and do that, all of that, through a common language that people understand. So the benefits that Nano has brought is not only that, but the fact that we are able to automatically scale to billions of transactions a day, billions of integrations. So 10,000 to 100,000 integrations can kick off any given second. And importantly, that we have a very fine control over the security of those integrations, such that every single integration runs in its own compute space, segregated from all other customers' data. Segregated client infrastructure And importantly, once deployed, there's a reduced IT overhead. In fact, there is almost zero IT overhead in order to manage the solution from a platform perspective. We provide improved security over as a platform, because there is no one single IP address that you could potentially try and attack our platform. And in the fact that we're using Lambda, as Hardik has mentioned, gives us that high availability and reliability with the automatic scaling of our data repositories for every single client. That's now back over to you, Hardik.
Thank you, Alex, for insightful explanation about NanoConnect and how we can navigate the integration challenges to that platform. Let me walk you through a real-world example and how NanoConnect has helped us in overcoming integration challenges. One of our clients, a prominent title closing company, they require us to continuously integrate with the various third-party APIs for different reasons, like they want to generate orders out of it, they want to create simple solutions of rescheduling an appointment, etc. These type of integrations are generally 2 to 4 sprints project, and they need at least 2 to 3 developers and QAs on both the sides. And so, while working with these integrations, we regularly encounter challenges such as authentication and authorization. So when integrating 2 systems which are different by nature, the authentication needs separate development efforts. The error handling and validation also a challenge, because error code and error message interpretation is different, resulting in the various development efforts to be done on both the platforms. Rate limiting and throttling. We face challenges with the scalability, the change management, and either one or both the systems do not have the APIs. These are the typical challenges we faced while implementing integrations. Now, how did Nano help us to overcome these challenges while we use Nano SDK? Authentication and authorization. So there is a built-in credential management provided by Nano SDK, handle the difficult task of accessing data between the platforms with inbuilt authentication protocols. So these simplified the integration and improved the security of integration jobs. The deployment challenges. NanoConnect is cloud native, hence was very quick to deploy without any need for extensive infrastructure setup. And this agility allowed us in faster deployment, which led to faster time to market for our client. And we were able to save up to 50 to 60% of the development efforts. And NanoConnect also allowed us to use development, staging, and production environment, which allowed multi-tier development and use of DevOps. So it is a developer friendly. The scalability, NanoConnect is designed to scale easily, as Alex already mentioned, about 40 billion transactions. As the integration load grows, NanoConnect can handle the increased workload without any manual intervention. The centralized management of resources, it includes performance monitoring of integration jobs and provide an API access to telemetry data. So this allowed us to create our own monitoring and reporting solution. And rapid deployment and simplified integration. So this simple to use interface API access, JavaScript based development, which is the biggest advantage of using NanoConnect, allowed our developers flexibility in how they use the Nano platform. So don't let integration challenges hold your cloud migration. With NanoConnect, you can easily build integrations that are unconstrained, on demand, and reliable. So thank you, everybody. And let me hand over the floor back to Abhijit.
Thank you, Hardik. Thank you, James, Alex, everybody for your presentations. With that, we come to an end to this webinar. Thanks to all the participants, all of you, for listening patiently. We highly appreciate your participation. We hope you found the sessions insightful and valuable. I look forward to answering all your questions shortly. We would also like to schedule one-to-one meetings with you to explore the possibility of working with you to promote NanoConnect and PayConnect. We will send an email regarding the same as well. And finally, this was first in a series of, I think, 5-part series. And our schedule for the next 3 are on the screen below. We will also be sending you the invite for the next webinar shortly. We look forward to your continued engagement and participation with us in our series of informative sessions. Thank you once again to all the panelists. Thank you to all the participants. We look forward to the next webinar soon. You will be receiving invites for that.